Hi, second graders. This is Mrs. Corner, and we are going to have one more lesson on weather. And today we're going to be talking about the water cycle. We begin every lesson for weather and science with a talk about the atmosphere. And I think you know this now. The atmosphere is the blanket of air, you need to say it with me, that surrounds the earth. Atmosphere is the blanket of air that surrounds the earth. And we remember thinking about that globe, thinking about that little blanket on there, that's just the space where all the weather happens. Right next to the earth, where wind blows and clouds form and seasons come and go, right in there because of the weather. Inside the atmosphere, weather changes constantly. Today, we're going to be learning about, most specifically, the water cycle, how it goes around and around. I want you to think for a minute about this cup of water. How long do you think the water in this glass has been here? How old is the water in this cup? Well, we're going to go through a few lessons today, and then at the end we're going to try to decide together, how old is that water? The water cycle, this is a little bit of a complicated drawing, but it's a good one because it shows how it's going around. Let's start up with the clouds. This is called condensation. When water vapor condenses, and remember how it grabs around little particles of dust and forms clouds and condenses right into a cloud. That is water that's condensing. Now precipitation comes down from the cloud. Think if you already know types of precipitation. There's a couple in this picture. Think for a minute. What comes down from the clouds? What kind of precipitation? Rain, hail, sleet, snow, all these things come down from the clouds and they're called precipitation. Then they collect here on the surface of the earth. Whenever that rain or snow comes down, today it's kind of rainy and might actually snow outside a little bit. It's going to go on the grass. It's going to hold on there, but it does run down, and sometimes it goes into the under the ground, into the lakes and the rivers and that underground water, our aquifer. But then it gets hot, that all of that heats up and it comes back up into the air. That's called evaporation. And that water just kind of floats around in the air until it condenses into a cloud again. And that's the cycle. It goes around and around and around. We're going to practice a little kind of a chant to help us remember it. We're going to start with our clouds at the top, and I'm going to show it to you. You're going to do a cumulus, cotton ball, condensation, and the next one here on the left, falls to the ground as precipitation. Then your hands go like this, collects in the rivers and the lakes, and make a hot sun. The sun heats it up and it evaporates into cumulus, cotton ball, condensation, falls to the ground as precipitation, collects in the rivers and the lakes. The sun heats it up and it evaporates. This song could go on forever, around and around and around, but I want you to sing it at least a couple times to a stuffed animal, to a parent, to a sister or a brother, and practice, because that'll help you remember that cycle of the water and those big words. In my classroom, some of the kids made a little baggie, and it actually, you can see on there the water condensing, and the little droplets are right on the side of that bag. I wanted to take a picture and show you that if this is a great fun idea of something you could do today if you have a permanent marker and you're willing to write down the big words, draw sunshine, draw some clouds, and draw a little water down there. And then draw your big words. Precipitation is things coming down from the clouds, everything coming down, rain, sleet, snow, hail, and then it collects in the rivers and the lakes, and then it evaporates up, and the sun heats it up, it evaporates into the cotton cumulus clouds. So that's a great activity. If you have a baggie and a marker, put a little water on there, tape it to a window, and soon you'll see the condensation on the baggie. We're going to end today with a song. I'm going to skip it ahead a little bit. We're just moving it up a teeny bit. Hang on. We're glitching.
It changes to a liquid. Precipitation happens when the drops get big. It falls like rain, snow, sleet, and hail upon my head. I know it's the water cycle happening again. Evaporation, condensation, precipitation. The water
cycle
takes the water and moves it up and down and all around us. The water cycle takes the water and moves it up and down and all around the earth. Evaporation comes when the heat from the sun warms up all the groundwater. Then it turns to water vapor. Condensation takes over. It goes up to the clouds. Water vapor cools down and it changes to a liquid. Precipitation happens when the drops get big. It falls like rain, snow, sleet, and hail upon my head. I know it's the water cycle happening again. Evaporation, condensation, precipitation. The water cycle takes the water and moves it up and down and all around the earth. The water cycle takes the water and moves it up and down and all around the earth.
Great job. Thanks for listening to that song. We're going to finish today by reviewing what we've learned all about weather. We learned that atmosphere is the blanket of air that surrounds the earth. We've learned that temperature can be measured with a thermometer. We've learned that clouds are droplets of water in the atmosphere clinging to particles of dust. We learned that wind is air moving, and it's caused by hot air rising, and then that cold air comes in and takes its place. We learned that about lightning and thunder, and that opposites attract, and that we have to stay safe by going inside, being the smallest thing around, not being near poles or trees. And we learned that the water cycle moves from the atmosphere to the ground and back up to the atmosphere again. That water in my cup, I'll show you my water bottle. My water has been around for millions of years. Even a Tyrannosaurus Rex, a T-Rex might have been tromping through that water. It just goes around and around. So have a great day. Enjoy your science projects today, and thanks for learning.